Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing good. It's your girl Seeker in the house. It's been such a long time since I've been able to do a live video, but today I decided that it's time to surprise everyone. So let's see who's on here this morning for us to have a very short but interesting conversation. Life as we know it is full of ups and downs. Sometimes things go well the way you expect it to, but there are also times that things don't turn out the way you had expected them or anticipated that they would be for you. Hello, Inkiruka, how are you doing? I like your name. Does it have a meaning? Good morning. Roxy, oh, I miss you so much, darling. How are you? Good morning to everyone. Now, life is full of ups and downs. Things happen. Some of the things that happen go well, others don't. And in those times, when those things happen, the temptation is great for you to think maybe it's best that I hold on to. Oh, thank you so much. That is okay for you to hold on to the pain that you felt out of whatever situation it was, if it didn't go quite the way you had anticipated or expected it to go. But if you go through life holding on to grudges, always in pain over the things that you might have been through, the trauma and how it made you feel and all of those things, the only thing that happens is that it prevents you from enjoying your existence in this life. The truth about it is this, is that the heavens and the earth here where we are right now, it was made for our enjoyment. We're meant to enjoy the life and not to live a season of endurance. Now, it's not that I'm saying that everything that happens on the surface of this planet is all, singing from the hymn sheets and jumping from the rooftops. If you've lived on this planet for any length of time, trust me, life would have dealt with you in some kind of way. It could be your health, it could be your marriage, it could be your education, it could be family, it can be your children, it can be so many things that has destabilized the person that you were supposed to be and prevented you from having this so-called joy or enjoyment of your life, which has led to a season of endurance. But the thing is, what perspective do you put on things? Because I've come to find that in this life, for some things, many things, you don't have any control about the things that happen to you. A lot of the times. Sometimes we make bad choices, bad decisions, and we invite certain troubles into our life. However, there are equally certain times when you don't have any control over the things that have happened to you or are happening to you. But what you do have control over is, how do I respond to the things that have happened to me? I'll give an example. This person that you're seeing sat here, in the area of my health, I have been through so many challenges. It's not a secret. If you've been here for any length of time, it's something that I've shared many times. I've had 17 incisions on my body for different reasons. I have every reason in my mind to be angry, to be bitter, to hate life, to not want to be here anymore, all those things. However, there's a different way in which I think about those things that I've been through. And it has shaped me into the person that I am, that is sat in front of you here today. And that person is grateful that after all of those challenges, I'm still here. There's so many people that I started life off with that are not even alive anymore. Now, what is so, special about me, that after being through all of that and the 17 incisions on my body, The greater part of it, 14 or 15 of those incisions and the general anesthetic. Some people went for one and they never came back home. So what is it that's so special about me? That after all of that, that I am still here, counted among the living. What is it? And I'm grateful for the life that I have today. So many things. Just think about all those times from my childhood all the way growing up, and how this thing, this ill health, must have affected my education. But in spite of it all, and thanks be to God, I had parents that made sure that they would do everything within their power to ensure that in spite of all of that, there was minimal disruption to my education. It cost a fortune, because even in my sick bed, there were still people that were teaching me. When I was home and couldn't go to school, there were other teachers that were coming to my house to come and teach me so that I don't miss out on much. All of these things mean that my perspective on life is very different. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there were fun times. I don't think anyone sat here who's ever been to a hospital really wants to sit there and have gadgets all over you and your leg is in the air and this has happened and that's happened and you have to go through whatever. But the fact about it is that it's happened. It is part of my story. What am I going to do about it? I didn't make myself. Maybe all of that had to happen so that I'd have the fortitude to sit here, to be sharing my life and what I've been through, the experiences, the lessons and everything, so that all of us can learn something out of it. I don't know. But you see, I can choose to be happy, or I can choose to be sad, angry, bitter, resentful. I don't even want to talk to nobody. But where is that going to get me? And that's the point that I'm trying to make this morning. Maybe you're listening to me today and you set out in life and what you wanted to be was a doctor. It hasn't happened. Today you are, a healthcare assistant. And I'm not saying that that is not a good profession to have. But maybe what you wanted to be was a doctor, a medical doctor. That's what you wanted to be. Maybe your parents couldn't afford to put you through school, and so you weren't able to achieve that. Maybe you've lost so many people in your life, and now you're living in this life of fear because your parents are deceased, your siblings are going, you've lost so many friends. I know, like there are people around you that you love so much and they're not here anymore. And it kind of messes up with your psyche. You're thinking, who's next? Like, what is going on? Why has this happened? And because you don't have any explanation to what is going on and you don't understand, the temptation is great for you to start being in fear. Oh, who's next? I know what your situation is, but these are some of the things that happen to people. Maybe, like I say, you don't have perfect health. It's been one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. You know, you've had convulsions as a child. Then you had upper respiratory issues. Then you have osteoarthritis. You have polycystic ovaries. You've had cancer. You've had all kinds of things going on in your life. And you're thinking, what is going to be the next thing? Because I'm done. I'm tired. I can't do this anymore. But I'm saying that there are two different views that you can choose to have in this life. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to be sad. Things happen to us that push the boundaries all of the time. Don't think that I was laughing. Hello, Phil, darling. Good morning to everybody. If I haven't said your name, it's not because I don't see you or I don't acknowledge you, but you know how it's done. When I get into it, that's it. I love you all. Good morning. I miss everybody so much, but that break was necessary. This is part of what I'm saying. Sometimes things happen to you that kind of shake your very foundations. And sometimes it's important that you take a step back, reorganize yourself again, and come back better. So this is the better version of me, because it's not been an easy ride. I started 2025 full of excitement, thinking that, it was going to be a certain way. But boy, have I been kicked. And I'll share those stories on a different video. But today, what I'm saying to you is this, is that life can either, the seasons of your life will bring things at you and throw things at you that either make you bitter or better. But the choice is yours to decide which of those two is going to be. Am I going to be happy? Am I going to have a positive outlook on life regardless of the situation or the circumstances that are felt? Or am I going to be bitter because now I can't trust anybody no more? Everybody that I've had in my life has always come in to betray me. And so I am not going to trust anyone anymore. The choice is yours to make. I was talking to somebody not too long ago. They spent so much time. Oh, thank you so much. I spent so much time working hard, saving up money because I wanted to go back home to my country in Kenya and help my siblings and my family. So we set up a business. And the harder I worked, I kept shipping all the money back home, thinking that my family, out of respect for me, will put all of those things into good, positive projects so that when I can't do it anymore and I go back to join them, we have an established family business that we can all live off. After working so hard, sending home the equivalent of $100,000, this guy goes home. The father that he trusted so much, the mom was late. The father that he trusted so much has built a house, has married another woman, and, having fun and blowing the money. The wife has bought a car. She drives now, and she's the talk of town, and, all of those things are going. The brother that he thought would at least have some, common sense, empathy. No, he set up a business in his name with this guy's money. And they're all there living the fun life. And this man who worked so hard to raise that money, that capital, thinking, let's do this communal thing so that we can all mutually benefit. It didn't end up being like that. Today, I've heard that this guy is not with us anymore. The crux of what I'm saying is that things happen. Betrayal is real. Things happen to all of us in some area of our lives. Maybe you're listening to me this morning. You set out of this life. You met this amazing woman that you wanted to be married to. Or maybe you married her. But somewhere along the line, something happened. She cheated on you. You couldn't live the marriage anymore. That dream that you have, it's not materializing. And now she's left. You've broken up. Maybe you're a sister in the house and you're listening to me. You started on this whole marriage relationship journey a very long time ago. You got stood up at the altar. The bloke never turned up. Maybe you did get married and you have children. But now you're a single mom or dad because the guy, after having the children and making all those empty promises, he's left you. And now you're saddled with your kids and you have to be mom and dad to those children. It's hard. You don't get a break. You don't sleep. You have to do everything for your children. And it's hard. I know what your situation is. Oh, I'm good, darling. I'm back. And all these things have happened to you and you're thinking, but this isn't how I planned my life to be. This isn't what I asked for. I didn't bargain for this. Why is all of this happening to me, of all people? But you see, the thing is, who should it happen to? Who should it happen to? Because sometimes you're thinking, I did all the best things when I was younger. I didn't mess about. I was a virgin till I got married. I didn't, do any of those things. But look at me. What was it all worth? That I kept myself. I didn't do all the things that other people were doing, and yet I'm still having this horrible result at the end of it. But you see, things happen in this life that you can't even put a finger to. You try to understand it and it just doesn't make no sense. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying here is that you have a choice at all times to decide what your attitude and your perspective is going to be about whatever it is that has happened. And always believe that you can start again. No matter what has happened to you in this life, my darling, you can start again. As long as you're breathing and you have the breath of life inside of you, that is another opportunity for you to dream another dream and start again. Because I've heard too many people, oh, now I'm 35 and I'm 40. How can I now go back to school? I didn't have all the things that some of you girls or guys seem to have. My sister, it is still very possible. I was sharing with my friend this week and I was telling him about this lady that I knew growing up. She got married very young. She was a teenager, basically, when she got married to this guy who was, the talk of town. Educated. He had everything. They got married and they had 3 sons. Over the years, they've been through whatever. The guy starts to take the wife for granted. She's not my class. She's not as educated. She's just a teenager. She's from the village. It goes on and on. This guy was openly cheating. The girl was so heartbroken. Then she spoke to an elderly, a bit more older woman in the community. And she said to her, hey, honey, all this time that you're wasting crying and moping about this man, why don't you spend that time improving your own life? If he wants to get out there and cheat on everything instead, let him. What are you going to do about it? And that's what I'm saying to you this morning. Do you know that this woman that didn't even have an educational qualification like, I don't know, BEC or, SSC for those of us who did all this education in Ghana, or let me say something that will be more easier for people to understand. No A levels or O levels or, none of that. So it's like, what is she going to do? No GED. I think that's what the Americans call it. Nothing to show for nothing. Do you know that this lady did her O levels? She put herself into some kind of adult education, paid a tutor to teach her those subjects that she needed to take to be able to, have something tangible. She did her O levels, did her A levels, went to university and did a degree, and then a master's. And this woman is now a university lecturer, professor in the same university that her spouse was in, that was around, messing about with everything younger and in skirts. What's the point I'm making here? It is still possible. You are the one that is putting all these limitations on yourself. Oh, I'm 45, I'm older, I can't do this anymore. Those are all just empty excuses. How badly do you want it? And what are you prepared to put on the line to make it happen? How badly do you want it? That's what it boils down to. You can be bitter, you can be better. You make the choice. Attitude, perspective. Maybe you got married young. Now you've done all the nursing and the children and feeding and breastfeeding and all of that. You're 40 years old and your kids are old enough to be able to fend for themselves. They're 15 and they can bathe themselves, cook something even for themselves. That extra time that you now have, what are you spending it on? My sister. Are you telenoveling? Always watching everything, all the programs? Real Housewives of every city in America? Is that what you're spending your time on? Because those women you're watching, they're made. They're just sharing their luxurious life with you, and you're spending the time, man hours, watching that. What do you even get out of it? What do you watch? In Ghana, there's this Indian thing, I think it's called Kumkum Bhajia or something like that. People spend hours watching that thing. What are you getting out of it? Now, I'm not saying that all work and no play isn't a thing. There's time for entertainment. I have it every day. You do the hard work and then you have to have that time when you relax your brain and I get it. But not hours, not your whole life. Because those people, they're made. You're watching people who are making the billions, and every time you watch them, they get all the royalties. What are you getting out of it? If it's not something educational that is uplifting, you're wasting your time. And I can tell you on authority, this time that we have, it is very, very short. I'm telling you. Because between the age of 30 and whatever age I'm going to be very soon, I don't know where the last decade and some have gone. And here we are. Before you know it, you're 50. I've even started seeing some gray hairs that are springing. I'm like, take your time. Even my eyelids, they're turning gray. I'm like, what happened? But it's life. 20 years ago, I did not look like this. I did not. Today, here I am. This is the new version of me. I look at pictures of my parents, like when they were my age, and I look at them now and I'm like, old age ain't pretty. And trust me, those people are in very good shape for their ages. And yet, but it's the circle of life, whether you like it or not, it's coming. Once you're born, you're going to grow and you're going to leave. But what is the leaving going to be? Like, whilst you're here and you're living, whilst it counts, what are you going to do with it? That is your choice. Attitude, perspective. What is it going to be? Are you going to have this positive outlook and say, yes, all these things have happened to me, but regardless of the things that have happened, I am still going to make something of my life. And thank you, by the way, for all the love hearts. Keep them coming. I love them, especially the red kind, so much. Oh, thank you so much, big brother. He says, Sika educates. You always blow my mind with those thought-provoking questions. They're very true, very critical. Thank you. Terrific. It's true. You sit and you think about your life and you're like, all these things have happened to me, but where am I going? What's going to happen to me? How is my end going to be? What is my legacy going to be? What are people going to remember me for? These are questions you have to ask yourself. Because trust me, God did not bring you here on the surface of this planet to just be a waste of space. Like, he had nothing better to do and he just thought, I think I'm going to make Sika and then I'm going to make you and I'm going to make that. No, there is a plan and a purpose for every single human being that's on the surface of this planet. What is your purpose? And are you going in and day out and making sure that that purpose materializes? It's difficult, I know. Trust me, I know. It's hard. I know. But at the end of the day, you're still here. What are you doing with that time that you have? Are you making it count for something? Or are you still wallowing in bitterness? And my wife left me, and my wife cheated on me. My husband left me 20 years ago, but I'm never, ever, ever going to forgive him for what he did to me. How could he put me through? The fact is, the man has moved on, and he's living his life. He doesn't even think about you. She's gone. She's doing her thing. What are you going to do with your own life? Question. Your children have all grown up. They're living their own life. My darling, live yours. And make it count for something. And I don't care how old you are listening to me. You could be in your 50s. And you still have dreams and things that you wish you could do. Do them. Because you still can. You're alive. One thing that I've always shared, and I'm going to say this as I leave this video now, is that I'm so blessed for the parents that I have. I love my dad. I'm a daddy's girl. That's even goes without question. But I love my mom equally. Both of them bring different perspectives into my life. But the one thing that I love my mom for is this. If that woman sets her mind on something, she will not rest until that thing is accomplished. I have never seen a 53-year-old woman go back to school, sit a 4-year course with her own child, law degree, then go to law school for 2 more years on top of that, and get called to the bar on her 60th birthday. I've never seen that before. Maybe there are other people, but I'm talking about my own, what I saw in my own home. And this woman took that thing so seriously. She'd wake up in the morning, in her 50s. Oh, I have to go for the law contract, something class. And you know, she's all dressed up with her briefcase. It was funny. And in my mind at that time, I was thinking, this woman, can't she just sit somewhere and just enjoy what she's been able to do? And this woman was already a banker. She'd been a teacher in her previous life. Then she became a banker. And then now she's, you know, a lawyer. And it's like, haven't you had enough? And this woman is now all gray. Like she has gray hairs everywhere. But she still goes to court into her 70s. So what is the excuse for you to not do what you're supposed to do? What's your excuse? I'm not saying it was easy. If she was here, she'd tell you. It was not easy. Imagine being in your 50s and trying to read law contract. Imagine 2 o'clock in the morning. She's got her tea or coffee in one hand and she's busy reading her textbook. Oh, yes. So is there anything that is impossible for you to achieve? It may not be education. Maybe it's starting a new business. Are you dreaming another dream or are you sitting around? What's it going to be? Maybe it's none of those. Maybe it's marriage. You've been single all your life and now you've taken yourself out. Oh, I'm 45. Oh, I'm 40. I'm 55. You know, my time has passed. I'm all gray. My boobs have sagged. Who's going to want me? Hey, darling. I have a 64-year-old friend of mine and godmother, actually. And my godmother got married at 64 years old. She was the most beautiful bride I've ever seen. I talked to her yesterday and I was tearing up because I'm like, wow, if God can do this at 64, is there anything that God cannot do? So stop taking yourself out. Stop, selling yourself short. Oh, who's going to want me? Yeah, you are just somebody's answer to their prayers. I'm telling you. The fact that you've been messed about by the wrong people doesn't mean that there isn't a right person who finds you to be a blessing to their life. And this goes for men and women. Depends on the perspective you put on life and how you carry yourself. If you're carrying yourself around like, yeah, my boobs have sagged and nobody's going to want me. Hey, there are some people that like vintage boobs. You hear me? Yes, the sagged boobs. That's what somebody also wants, because the sagging boobs comes with maturity that the younger ones do not have. You've been through the life, you've been through the mill, and you're well seasoned. These days, the last thing anybody should have is somebody that's going to cause you trouble. That's the last thing. Ike, how are you doing? That's the last thing that anybody that wants to live life, long life, should want for themselves. Peace of mind surpasses anything. And trust me, vintage people with sagging boobs and gray hair and pot belly, maybe they're the people that are going to give you that. So sitting around and taking yourself out and not living life and behaving as if your life is over because you're 45, you're 40, you're 50, you're 48, you're 47, whatever your age is, and you still haven't married or met anybody that has been serious enough to stay. Oh, I tell you, my brother, I have no excuse for anything. Every time I go to her and I'm like, I'm so tired, I'm so fed up, she will take me back to that thing. Do you remember? A few years ago when I was busy doing this and that, you have no excuse. You can do whatever you want to do. I get that pep talk every day. So there is no excuse whatsoever. You can be and have anything you want if you put your mind to it and you stop at nothing. Cut out all the naysayers. Have peace and quiet so that you can even think and dream that dream again. Thank you for the stars. Hey, I've got 2 stars. I haven't seen the star thing for a long time. And it's 2 stars, but it's stars nonetheless. Thank you so much for the stars. I didn't see who that was, but God bless you. Please, please. You can be whoever you want to be. Oh, thank you so much. Keep living and do all you can as long as you live. That is it. So that if you get taken out tomorrow, there's no regrets. I did what I had to do when I had to do it, and now I'm not here anymore. And people will remember you for the person that you are. God bless you so much for being here. Replay this video. Maybe it's for you. Think about what I've said. Dream that dream that you think is over. And get out there and do whatever it takes to make it happen, because you still have life inside of you. And God is expecting you to do nothing less. Stop wasting all the time in bitterness and sorrow and anger for things that have passed in the past that you can't do nothing about. Somebody took advantage of you. They took your money. They've taken it. What are you going to do about it? You can make the money back. I'm going to hate every man on this planet because somebody took advantage of my innocence as a child. My sister, you're 35. What are you going to do about it? They've taken that innocence. Can you get it back? No. So get out there and be somebody. Don't allow yourself to be a victim twice. It's not fair. And I know it hurts. I know that. Go get therapy if you need to. Go and get counseling. Get your mental status fixed properly so you can think. But move. Don't sit around and just let life pass you by and treat life as if it was some kind of a circus, because it wasn't. And it isn't. You can do and be anybody that you want to be, as long as you put your mind to it. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? As I conclude, please, that life that you have is so precious. You can choose to be bitter. You can choose to be angry. You can choose to be sad. You can choose to be happy. Have a positive outlook on life. Things that have happened to you can make you stronger, help you to be more empathetic towards people, and help you counsel and advise people along. Or you can just be this withered potato that is just on the side because you have refused to engage this life. Take the bull by the horns and do something amazing with yourself. What's it going to be? The decision is entirely yours. Exactly. Don't allow yourself to be a victim twice. That's so unfair. And it's such a waste. Let go and let God. Let him be the one that, vindicates you and deal with all of that. You take the rot out of your life. Be done with it. And yes, somebody's watching me. You don't know what I've been through. You don't even understand. She's just saying that. Trust me, I do know what I'm saying. It hurts like mad, I know. But unless you deal with that rot, it's going to consume you. And you would have died twice. You would have been that victim twice. Because the one did the thing to you. He took it away from you. He's gone. He's living his life. He hasn't even sleep and dream about you anymore. And you're here. Crying every night in your sleep about something that happened to you 40 years ago. It is such a waste. Get out there. Live your life. You're beautiful just the way you are. You are handsome just the way you are. God took his time to make you into the person that you are. Accept that. Exude that confidence. And don't allow anything or anybody to disrespect that. I love you so much, guys. I really do. And I want to see people that are having fun, succeeding and thriving, not because you haven't been through anything, but you have risen through the ashes and you've become somebody because of the things that have happened to you. You can turn all of those lemons into lemonade. Or you can sit there and not build no bridges or stepping stones with the things that have happened that are negative, that you don't like. And sit and live this miserable, long, drawn-out life. You learn from your past experiences and don't continue to play the victim. It's a choice. Thank you so much, my darling. And I'm going to end this there. Please, if there are any topics that you want me to address, put them in the comment section. I read every single comment and I respond. And your topic might just be the next video that you see. Please, don't keep this video to yourself. Share it. It's about time this family grew a bit more. So please, I'm relying on you to help me. Some people will listen to it, they just go. They don't even share the video. Please, don't do that. Don't do that. And finally, don't just watch, listen. Yeah, it made me feel good, and then you leave it. Live it. Live it. Because there's always something that you can improve upon in your life. I love you so much. God bless you, Sister Josephine, Dudette, Stan, Fiona, Sister Roxy, Brother Joseph. God bless all of you. Keep being you. Keep improving, pushing, progressing. And just watch what God will do with your life. I love you so much. Take care of you. God bless you. Mwah. Take care. Bye.